Hi, everyone. Welcome to our panel discussion. My name is Darcy Broadmerkle, and I am the Director of Student Engagement here at Misericordia. Tonight is our opportunity to talk to all of you new students coming in, and I can almost guarantee that some of your parents are on here as well, because that's what they do. But, last time we asked them to jump off just so that you can feel comfortable in asking any question that you may want to ask and don't have to feel that, they're checking in on you. But just know that we are here to answer any of the questions that you as students might have. And we have a wonderful group of upper class students that are here to help you out. So at this time, I am going to allow them to introduce themselves to you and tell you a little bit about them. So let's start with Karen up here.
Hello, I'm Karen. I'm going to be a junior occupational therapy major, and I'm involved in a bunch of clubs on campus. One of them is Relay for Life, which I really strongly recommend.
Thanks. All right, Nate.
Hi guys, I'm Nate. I'm your orientation coordinator, as you might know. I'm going to be a sophomore business administration major. I am in student engagement as well as a member of the men's basketball team.
Donnie.
Hello, I'm Donald Conway. I'm from Long Island, New York. I'm a sport management major. I'm also a member of the men's lacrosse team at Misericordia. But it's just a great place. Simple as that.
Haley.
Hi, I'm Haley. I'm going to be a sophomore. My major is early childhood education and special education, and I'm a part of the women's basketball team.
And Tori.
Hi, I'm Tori. I'm a senior psychology major here at Ms., and I am one of your coordinators, you probably know, and I'm on the lacrosse team here and involved in other things on campus too.
Okay. Just so everybody knows, Karen is not driving the vehicle. She is not driving. There we go. We have an actual driver. So I didn't want anyone to think that we were allowing her to be on this panel if she's trying to drive, read questions, and just be all around great person that she is. So that's good to know. All right. So this is your time, your opportunity to write anything you want in the Q&A section and ask these guys any sort of questions that you may have. And, again, nothing is off the table. Anything you want to know, they're here to answer it for you. So, go ahead, start asking those questions. In the meantime, while we're waiting for some of those questions to come in, how about if we talk a little bit about, what it's like on campus or why you chose to come to school here. So we'll go around and everybody can answer that question, and hopefully we'll get some of the students to give us some questions. Go ahead. Who wants to go first? Donnie.
I would love to go first. The reason why I loved coming to Ms. was that it's not too big of a school. It's a small school. Like, I came from a pretty small high school, but it was bigger than my high school. And the best thing about Misericordia is that everybody. Everyone's friends with everybody, and nobody's left out. It's the best place because everyone's friendly. Everyone's friends with each other. So you can walk through campus, and no matter what time of day it is, where you are, you can walk through campus, and you'll see somebody that you're friends with. You'll be able to say hi to somebody. Somebody will say hi to you, whether you're walking it. It's just an awesome place to be. Overall, awesome place to be.
Okay. Who else? Go ahead, Karen.
All right, so I was also looking for a smaller school. I went to a small middle school and high school, so I kind of just like those small school vibes. I like that it was a Catholic school as well. And then, of course, I was looking for occupational therapy and Misericordia. I mean, I'm from North Jersey, and I never even heard of Misericordia, but when I visited, I just absolutely fell in love with the program that they offer and the campus. And same thing as Donnie, everyone's friends with everyone. You're always going to have a buddy. Even if you go to the cafeteria, without like your group of friends, you're always gonna have somebody that's gonna be like, hey, come sit with us. Just a very open community.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Haley.
I chose Ms. I always went to a lot of the camps at when I was younger. She's actually my aunt, so she wanted me to go there, and I was very against it. But then when I stepped on campus, I loved it, and like everyone said, that everyone's friendly and you feel at home. And I love the basketball team. I felt really comfortable with them, so I just thought it was the right place to go.
All right, Nate.
I went to Ms. because their business program is great. I really liked how you could get to know your professors and your professors get to know you. And it's not like a big school when you're just a number in a classroom. They actually know you. They know what you like. They know what you're all about. And I love that aspect. And campus, as everyone else said, beautiful campus. I didn't grow up far from Ms., so I knew about Ms. for a while. And once I stepped on campus, like Karen said, I just fell in love with it.
And Tori.
Best for last. No, I'm kidding. Agreeing with what everybody else said. I loved the just small school vibe. I don't want to say I went to a small high school, but a smaller high school than like a giant high school. Like I want to say probably around the same class size. And I really like not just being a face in the crowd. Like you do know everybody, you're friends with everybody, and you'll know once you're here that everybody here is so friendly and is not going to make you feel left out. I also fell in love with my team. When I came for an overnight, just even the people that I was staying with made me feel so welcome and wanted. And even the coach that recruited me isn't here anymore, but even having 2 new coaches since then, it's still the same sort of vibe that you just get along with everybody. You're so wanted and everything here. Also coming to campus and seeing how beautiful it is. And because I also too did not know about Misericordia until they reached out to me for lacrosse. And I came for the PT program too, because it's all the health sciences are very top notch here. And I have since gone with a different direction, but I loved that it offered everything that I wanted and couldn't be happier anywhere else.
Good. All right. Now, I'm going to say this again. Please, those of you that are out there watching this, if you have any questions, feel free to put them on there. These guys love answering questions. They want to be helpful. So don't be shy. Submit anything that you may have. But I guess I'll toss out another one to you. Every single one of you guys, which is interesting, you are all athletes. Is it difficult to balance your athletic life with your academic life? Go ahead, Don.
So for me personally, I actually think that being an athlete actually helps me balance school better, because with athletics, I'm forced more to make a schedule for my everyday life. So like I gotta actually have to plan out when I'm doing homework, when I'm getting studying done, when I'm getting assignments done. More so, rather, if I wasn't an athlete, then me personally, like I would take more time to just relax. I would procrastinate doing assignments, studying, everything like that. But like being an athlete, it actually forces me to make it a schedule for my day, get everything done on time, plan it out, and get things done, rather than just wait and wait and wait. So I think personally, as an athlete, it actually helps me academically. So I think that being an athlete at school helps me a lot, tremendously.
Thanks. Nate.
I'd like to agree with Donnie there about making your schedule for the day. It really helps for athletics, especially when you have a lift at this time, you have to go eat dinner at this time, then you got to do homework after. And it could get hectic sometimes, but it always, for the basketball team especially, we have once a week, we have a study hall. So that's where we could really get all of our homework done that we have to get caught up on, study for a test. So that really helps me out. And like Donnie said, scheduling out your day is the best thing you could do, and it helps a lot with athletics.
Go ahead, Haley.
I think another big thing is that your team takes pride in your academics. and you like the team, everyone wants like the high GPA. Your coach is very, at least like my coach, he's very like academics before athletics. So everyone, you're like on yourself about your grades because you also don't want to let your team down with like the team GPA. And like Nate said, like study halls, like we had study halls sometimes twice a week. And as much as no one really wants to go to a study hall, it's you go there and you're with your team and everyone's doing work together and you actually get a lot of work done. And at the same time, you're bonding with your team. So.
Yep, true that.
Definitely. With being a student athlete for the past 3 years, especially right now, not having athletics in it, the scheduling bit I feel like was so important to me because I would get everything done and I would make sure that I got everything done so I could focus on practice and everything. And now without it, it's like I feel like I have too much free time and I don't know what to do with myself. Like being a student athlete I feel like it's such a blessing because there's definitely things that I need to get done, but I feel like I don't have so much pressure on me to get it done, so I don't do it. But also with having the high GPAs, all of our teams and coaches, definitely you're a student athlete. So your academics do come first. But to be able to do, with that being said, like your coaches understand, like if you are having a school problem that takes precedence. But also with being a student athlete, when you're in season, you have priority scheduling. So it's not like anything's going to be conflicting with each other. So that also helps a lot with the scheduling your days out. So you know when you're going to be in class and it's not like, oh my God, is my class going to be conflicting with practice? Is class going to be conflicting with games? That sort of, I guess, confusion is definitely not as big of a problem as you would expect it to be. There's also a lot of like tutoring opportunities on campus and the study halls definitely being on the team. I know a lot of teams that do that.
Okay, thanks. What do you have to say, Karen?
I'm a NARP.
You're what?
I'm a NARP,
That is not
a non-athletic regular person.
I thought you were.
I wish I was, Darcy.
You can always join the golf team.
Oh, I know. Just to get that trip.
Yes, Hilton Head, here we come. All right, well, okay. How about still waiting on those questions? So let's answer this. Is there enough to do around campus? Not taking into consideration what we're going through now, but previously, because eventually we're going to get back to normal. So, you know, what's good about some of the things that take place on campus? What can people get involved in?
There's definitely a lot of opportunities with the student engagement office. They do like trivia, bingo, like all sort of different activities on like Thursday, Friday nights. Like there's stuff that happens over the weekend. They do a bunch of different sort of cool opportunities. They go to Broadway. They offer a Broadway trip. How much is that? What, like $20 for a
Usually
trip?
25 for a trip.
$25 for a trip to New York, the Broadway show. You get a day in New York with your friends. They do like discounted rail riders tickets and everything like that. And then, yeah, there's just always stuff to do on campus because they don't want you to be bored. So keep you here, keep you entertained.
That's right. Go ahead, Don.
Also, with all the RAs are constantly running various events, whether it's in the freshman dorms where they're doing s'mores night or something like that, like movie night. The RAs are always running events, trying to get you guys to get involved, do something to entertain you guys. This way, not sitting in your rooms, get out. This way, you meet other freshmen, first years, and just have fun. This way, the RAs especially, they're always running events. Just the way you guys have the best experience possible, which is awesome.
Yep. It's a good group that way. And
Yes.
it is important to have that balance too between your academic life and your social life, but to break it up a little bit. You don't want to be stressed out just constantly sitting in front of your computer or doing assignments all day. You know, you got to have a little fun, you know, so that is important. What else do they need to know? Since they're all being bashful out there, what else do you think that they need to know coming to campus here? Go ahead, Haley.
I feel like a really good advice is leave your door open when you first move in to meet lots of people. That's how I met a lot of my friends. Like, don't leave it shut, because like people will just walk in and introduce themselves because everyone's in the same boat. So that's like one of the things that I did that I'm very happy that I did.
Good point.
Definitely. I would agree with that. We definitely had an open door policy on the floor that we lived on, and not even 3 weeks in, we were one giant family.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that.
Also, the biggest thing is put yourself out there. Whether it's joining a club, trying to walk onto a sports team, anything. Do whatever you can. Meet new people. Everything. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, because you never know what'll happen.
Yep. And I think that Misericordia is probably one of the most welcoming campuses that you could ever encounter. You know, they just welcome anyone and everyone. We will be having some sort of club fair going on where students will have the opportunity to see all the different clubs that we do have, and they can be something that is specific to your major, you know, whether it be the M-Soda, Ed Club, Sportman. We have clubs for every single major, but then we also have some other clubs like the Cornhole Club. We've had Can Jam, we've had fishing clubs, you know, you name it. And the thing, if you have an idea for a club, the way that you have to do this, and you can always check it out on the portal under the student government tab, there is a way that you have to express that interest of starting that new club, and it all starts with me. All you have to do is come and see me. I have only turned down one group ever for having a club, but then I went back and tried to work something out, and it was actually, they wanted to start a cage wrestling club. Cage wrestling. Wow. I didn't know how I was going to do this, so I told them, no, we can't do it. But then we came up with another way. We didn't actually have a cage, but we were able to let these students have this club and do some crazy things with wrestling. So, you know, for the most part, we want you to have a good experience. So I'll work with you, and we'll have more clubs if you're interested in them. All right, here. Hey, we got a question. Good to know. All right. Here's a question. What gift cards should we ask our family or parents for? Go ahead, Karen.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes.
The amount of money I've spent on Dunkin' and how much I wish I had so many gift cards. I mean, there are Starbucks on campus, but sometimes you just really crave a Dunkin' coffee and not Starbucks because it's what you have. So definitely Dunkin' gift cards and Weiss. So Weiss is like the food store close by. And that's always nice when you wouldn't have to pay for any groceries or some snacks that you want in your dorm room.
All right, good. Go ahead, Haley.
Not Starbucks, because Starbucks doesn't take gift cards. And a lot of people learn that the hard way when all their parents got them Starbucks gift cards, and then on campus you can't use it.
Right.
Yes, it's the same way for Chick-fil-A, I'm pretty sure too. If
Correct.
you buy the gift card there, then you can use the gift card. But like, because it's a Chick-fil-A Express, it doesn't take the real Chick-fil-A gift cards.
Right. Good
I
point.
learned that one the hard way too.
Yep.
Yes,
All right.
Dunkin'.
Yeah, I spend a lot of money at Dunkin' too. Usually for Haley though. But what are some important things for students to bring to campus? What is,
So,
go ahead.
oh, something that we were saying in the other panel was to bring like whatever school supplies you think you might need and like planners, like if it's a desk calendar, if it's an agenda book, something to be able to keep track of like what you're doing would definitely be highly recommended so that you can make sure that you're getting everything done. Especially I would say right now, because I don't know if it'll be hard to keep track of. We did this online thing at the end of the year and got through it, but I definitely write down everything that I need to do because I also think it's satisfying to just cross it off, but I definitely would recommend that.
Okay. Others?
I lived in alumni my freshman year, and I brought like an because you can raise your beds in alum. So I brought an under the bed, like 4-drawer thing that like just sucks under for extra storage for my clothes. I also overpacked. You don't need to bring as much clothes as you think, but yeah, or just some extra storage and stuff under the bed stuff.
Go ahead, Hal.
I lived in McHale, and I actually bought off someone from, like, if you look on the Facebook pages, some people might be selling, they're like stands to go over your sink to put your TV. That's really helpful. So if you just keep an eye out on like the Facebook pages, someone might post something that they're selling.
I just wanted to make a comment on your clothes that you're bringing. Don't overpack. No, I agree with that because I'm a victim of that as well. But the schedule for this year, we're going straight through the year. Like we're not going to be having breaks for you to go home and like trade out your clothes. So if I would suggest anything, I would say to really pay attention to what you're bringing so that you're not overwhelmed with the stuff that you have, but definitely pack your warm clothes now because yes, it will be hot when we move in August, but it will get cold and it gets cold fast here and don't want to be like left high and dry in your summer clothes when it's already going to be 52 before you know it. So definitely plan ahead because you're not going to have as many opportunities to go back and forth to trade out those clothes. I guess with saying that too, for like storage, to bring your clothes in like a space saver bag makes it easier to like bring them with you in the car. Like you're able to get what you need with you in the trip and then to still have those bags so that you can trade out the clothes that you're wearing now versus what you're not wearing yet. And then so you can trade those for when you will be wearing that stuff and you can put the stuff that you won't be wearing anymore away. Just
and important to bring boots, rain boots, umbrellas, some sort of rain gear. You know, it's important things to have. Here we have a question. Who are our rivals for sports? And what are some traditions on campus, even for the NARPs?
FDU, DeSales, you'll pick up on some chants. I don't know if I'm gonna say it right now though. You'll figure it out.
Definitely Wilkes and Kings as well.
Yep.
Yes, definitely. The local rivals.
A lot more than other schools, I should say. Usually schools have like one or two. We have about 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys.
Sales is our biggest one though.
DeSales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because they always win the championship. Well, not always, but
It was
yeah.
FDU for us for lacrosse.
Yeah.
We
And
beat
for
them.
golf,
though.
it's Stevenson. You know, they're like, not that you guys care about golf. All right. Any other traditions that you can think of that, you know, we have on campus here?
We do a lot of like themed games. And so like whiteout, wear your cougar, like your Ms. gear. What are some other things like blackouts to the games? In October we do pink games.
Yep.
Or let me add to that, that Misericordia just got a student section Instagram that
Oh,
everyone should
yes.
follow.
MU Cougar
I'm
Pack,
not sure
something
what
like
that
that.
is. What is that, Tori?
Let me see. I can figure it out.
You
Go
can find
follow.
it. Make
I'll-
sure everyone goes and follows their
I
account.
think it's called MU Cougar Pack.
MU Cougar Pack. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah,
I shouted it out on our orientation Instagram, so go follow that one too. MU Orientation 2020 if you're not already.
All right. Go ahead, Haley.
I would say also like traditions. I feel like, I mean, I was only there for a year, but like the Halloween dance
Oh yeah.
was a big thing.
Oh yeah, that's a fun time to have been able to go to quite a few. It's a very fun time to be able to be with your friends and make up your costumes and just have a good time with each other. And especially like coming in freshman year when you don't actually know everybody, it's like really fun to be able to see everybody in their costumes and like a nice little icebreaker fun thing to do. I don't, even when I've gone to all of them, they're a great time.
They are a good time. And it is kind of always real interesting for me to see how creative students can be with their costumes. And there always seems to be a lot of, oh, there's the one and only Sister Jean and Sister Cindy walking by my office and waving. But they come up with costumes or themes within their friend group. And that's always real interesting. And we always do a contest with it and things. But that is one event that I swear every single student on campus comes to. It's always a great turnout. It's usually put on by, well, what's been happening in the senior class uses it as a fundraiser for their gift back to the university. So that's always a great time. We have other things like homecoming. We have the talent show. Now, keep in mind, folks, that this may not be happening this year, a lot of these things necessarily, but we're going to do our best to make as much happen as we possibly can. But this isn't forever. We will be transitioning back to normal campus life somewhere in the future. But, you know, we have things like the President's Christmas dinner, going back homecoming, the talent show. We pack the house with the talent show, and it's always fun and amazing how many students have talent that we didn't even know, from accordion players to singers to dancers, you name it. It's always a good time. Karen must have got to where she's going. Oh, there she's back to us. All right. But there's lots of other traditions that we have here too. So let's see. Question is, where should we order food from? Local places.
We have a locations tag on the Facebook page, and the portal is on the portal too.
Yeah, it's on
where where we went through and showed a lot of different places around Dallas that you're able to go to. So if you want to check that out.
What's some of the favorites?
Favorites, CK's, Sheets. A lot of people love
definitely J&J's.
J&J's. Biggest
J&J's so
sub-
good.
Red Leaf.
Yeah.
I think it's another one.
Probably Taco Bell now.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Right.
Three Guys.
Taco Bell. Yeah, we have that. Wendy's. That was always up there on one of the top for the students.
Wendy's also sponsors our games.
That's right. And there's a Wendy athlete of the month every month, obviously. But yeah, so there's choices here. Any of them deliver?
Yes, with like Grubhub and DoorDash and Postmates. I feel like if you just look through any of those apps, I'm sure you'd find at least one of them will deliver any of those places.
Yeah, a lot of students are actually making money these days doing DoorDash and Grubhub around here. What about, oh, there was something else I was just thinking of going along with that. It'll come back to me. But we have question. What can we use to hang stuff on the walls?
To hang, I'm actually playing with poster putty right now that I even use still in my room. Poster putty is a big one. They say to use command strips, but be careful with those
No
because
command strips.
yeah,
Not letting you have them anymore.
no 3M. Then not at all.
No, because students have a tendency to put
Yeah.
them on and not take them off the proper way, and they pull.
Yeah, I want to say when I was a freshman, they said that we could no 3M, but command we were able to use, and I was like, why do you tell us to use this? That doesn't
Yeah, no,
it
not
work.
in it anymore. So,
But like wall safe tape, no push pins or anything like that, because they'll go through and do like a dorm check, make sure that there's no holes in the walls.
right. Okay. Anyone else on that? Pretty self-explanatory. Okay. Nate, I'm just wondering, that clock behind your head doesn't work?
No, it doesn't work. Sorry.
Oh,
Decoration.
Handy new batteries.
oh, okay. Yeah, I was just wondering. I was like, wow, it's
Like the one in the office.
o'clock. But anyway, what are some of the favorite hangout spots here on campus?
On campus, I feel like the book between classes, like hanging out, there's like seating. There was seating in the Cougar Den, which is where like Chick-fil-A and Chopping Block are. There's like couches and stuff in banks outside the caf. There's one side has couches and stuff, and the other side has where the Starbucks is, has like a pool table, more seating, stuff like that. Then like between classes, you can hang out, even like just like in Sulaco, the Henry Student Lounge. There's a lot of places.
Okay. And this year it's going to be a little bit different with that. The Henry Lounge is going to be another spot where people can get takeout over there. It'll be set up. They did remove all the chairs and tables from the Cougars Den area so that we can abide with social distancing. There's going to be some limited seating in the cafeteria this year, and all of that will be explained, and people will catch on to that after a while. But let's ask this then. How about what's your favorite hangouts off campus? Have any?
I would say like if you have friends off campus, like hanging out at houses, but I wouldn't say there's too many like just places to go and hang out.
Right.
She has seating now.
Sheets does have seating, yeah. And most places today do have outdoor seating for,
Oh, yeah.
and we're going to have some tents set up and things. Go ahead, Haley.
I went to like into Wilkes a lot, where there's like Chipotle, Moe's, like some other restaurants there. That's like another place you can hang out, I guess. In Wilkes, there's like a mall over there, TJ Maxx, bunch of stores.
And how would you be able to get there?
Well, you can take the campus shuttle, or you can, if you have friends that have a car.
That's right. Yeah, so we do have the shuttle. It is for all students. It's free of charge. We will have certain restrictions in place for that, but you can take that and go anywhere down into Wilkes-Barre, whether it be to the movies, to the mall, any of the eateries that are in the area. Tuesday night is $5 night when the movies do open back up. But I will say that we're going to be planning a couple of, actually, when the new students get here, we're going to have a drive-in. It's not really a drive-in. It's just going to be an outdoor movie that first couple of days that students are here, and we'll have some more going on as well. But you know, there's options for you to get off campus if you want. How about how hard was your first year of classes compared to that of high school? Because that always comes up with students saying the differences. Anybody have any input on that?
Yeah, personally, I had to study a lot more once I got to college. I mean, in high school, like I was a pretty good student, but it wasn't like very too difficult for me. Like I could study a couple hours a night and be okay for my exam. But I kind of learned that the hard way after the first couple weeks. And just some advice is to keep up on your work. So like Tori said earlier, just like make a list of things. That helped me tremendously by making a list of all my assignments, and then you just cross them off. And I would say, all right, I'll do these 3 today, study for this later. And another thing about college is you don't necessarily have class from 8 to 3. So you might have to wake up, study. You might have to learn how to study in the morning or study later at night than you're used to. Because you could have a class at 8 a.m. and then you might not have a class until 8 p.m., depending on what your schedule is that year. So you definitely have to, it changes based on your semester and when my classes were. But I actually study better in the morning. So sometimes I like to take an afternoon class so I can study like before I take my exam. So I just learned different studying strategies, which I didn't even think I had to do. But yeah, you kind of get used to it. And what also helps is you're living with your friends and potential classmates. So I took advantage of that, and I study a lot more with my friends. I hated studying with people, but I got over that really quickly, and I utilized their knowledge to help me.
Good.
Going with that, studying with your friends, something that popped in my mind. I've been off campus for a bit, so I'm like thinking about stuff. My freshman year, when I came in, I practically lived in the study room in the dorms, but we would hang out in there too. Like we would all do our work together in the study room. Like everybody on the floor would go into the study room and do their work together. But I practically lived in there because I had to put in the time to get the grades. And then I guess also like another place to hang out and everything is in the library, to do your work in the library with your friends. You can rent study rooms on the Misericordia website to be able to secure a spot in a library. There's like time windows that you can check it out for so that you can get your stuff done there. There's also like a common floor, and then on the top floor there's cubbies. I don't know how everything's going to work out this year with the library. I haven't heard anything about that, but that's my go-to place, is the library.
Yeah, I always see you there.
I'm always at the library.
Always. Every time I go there, you're there.
Every time we go, I would ask my housemates and they're like, no, Tori, I'm not going to the library. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go to the library. I'll see you guys
Good for you. Good
tomorrow
for
morning, because they'll be in bed by the time I got back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about tutoring? Anybody ever have any tutors here?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Want to talk about that, Haley?
Yeah. So I didn't really want to get a tutor because I thought I could just figure it out myself, and I couldn't. So I did get a tutor, and it became a lot easier, and it kind of gave me like the time frame that I could go do my homework for that class and then work with my tutor to understand it. So then when it came to in class, I understood it. So I highly recommend getting a tutor. You don't have to get it right away, but like I said, for me, like I got it once I realized that I can't do this by myself. And the tutors, they really do help. And it kind of keeps you on track with like your work for that class too.
Mm-hmm.
Nate,
Yeah,
you
just
were
to
gonna
add.
say something? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kara.
No, okay. Just add, the tutors are just students who have had that professor and got like a good grade in there, or an A or something like that. So they've had that professor, they've taken their exams, they've done their homework before. And a lot of times, like my tutors, they had the study guides that they used to study for the exams, and obviously they did well because they're a tutor. And then another thing is the professor knows the professor knows who the tutor is for that class, and they actually work together if the professor is like willing to do that. So sometimes the tutor can actually have an in on like what you should study for, and also your teacher knows who goes to that tutoring session. So it looks good too with your professor to show that you're putting in a little extra time. I did it for calculus, and it helped me tremendously. It was like once a week, and then she'll do a big review before the exams. So like that was like my studying period that I got to study with. So
Nate, you were going to say something about that?
Yeah, I was going to say, I strongly suggest getting a tutor, especially if you're an athlete, because they will work out a schedule for you as well. So it's not conflicting with practice, not conflicting with games. And as Karen said, they had the professor before. They know how he teaches, how he or she teaches, and how their tests are, how their exams are, how their quizzes are. So I would strongly suggest getting one. Even if you think you could do it, that extra help will really get you through it.
And you don't need to get a tutor just because, you know, you're doing poorly in a class. I mean, I often talk to students and they'll tell me that they sign up for 5 tutors as soon as they get here, just as that additional support, like Haley and the rest of you were all saying. It certainly doesn't hurt to have it. It can only benefit you. So don't think that, oh, I don't want anyone to see me going down in the Student Success Center. You know, they'll think I'm this or that. Well, that's not how it is. That's why we have such high GPAs here, is because students work hard and they take advantage of the resources that we offer. So kudos for them. Right?
Yeah, and honest, like you said, you don't have to be doing poorly in that class. Like you can have an A in the class, but going to the tutor makes it so much easier because like you don't they kind of break things down of what you should study and you're not studying every little thing. So it saves you time too, honestly.
Yep. All right. Here's a good one. What about shower sandals?
Yes.
Please.
That's all that needs to be said.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to.
If you don't, what are you doing? No, I'm kidding.
They're
No,
commutable.
bring shower shoes.
Yep. 100%.
It'll feel weird at first, but like now it's totally
It'll
worth
feel
it,
weird
please.
to not wear shower shoes.
Yes, when you go home. When I would go home, I'm like,
Yes.
oh, this is so weird.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what am I doing? And I'm like, wait, I'm in my shower. It's fine. No, it'll definitely feel weird to not wear shower shoes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is, it's a good thing when you feel weird not wearing shower shoes.
Yes.
It's a good thing.
Well, see, and I hope that everybody starts thinking about wearing their mask the same way, because that's going to be, you know, something that all students, all employees here, faculty, staff, all of us have to all wear our mask while we're here, because we know that that's what is going to make a difference. And, you know, like when Haley was saying, leave your doors open. Yeah, you can leave your door open, but just remember where you're going. And, you know, if you're not used to it, throw your mask on. Actually, everybody is going to be getting a gaiter when you get here. And they have this year's theme on it, which is MU Cougar Strong. And I've ordered them in 4 different colors so that you and your housemates or your roommate, or you can't mix up the colors, you know, and everybody has to wear them, but it'll be kind of cool to wear your gaiter. And that's what we have to do so that we can continue to be on campus. I found it very difficult, and I have to say, I miss students, but working from home, I don't want to do it again. I don't know about you, but that's just how I felt, you know. So everybody is going to wear those masks or gaiters. Let me ask you this. Has anybody ever locked themselves out of their, yeah.
Yes.
And what do you do? What do you do if you lock yourself out?
All you do is you call campus safety or your RA. You can ask your RA or campus safety and they'll open the door for you.
Yeah.
That's a number that you should get when you come on campus. You'll get your campus safety number.
Keep it in your phone.
Yeah.
I know some people have gotten locked over here in alumni in between, and they couldn't get out and they didn't have their phone. And this was actually during orientation, so I always make fun. It was Alec, and I always make fun of him when he did it. But he started to have like a panic attack, I think, because he couldn't get out. But you know, you carry your phone, and yeah, you call campus safety or your RA to get you out of the situation. There's always someone here to help, one way or another, no matter what it is.
I'm sorry. I would say to like be in a habit of keeping your key on you, because like even if you do leave your door unlocked, you don't know if your roommate might lock the door and you might not know that they're leaving, or accidents do happen. I know me and my roommate multiple times freshman year would slam the door open too hard and it would lock against the wall and we wouldn't realize that it locked. So when we close the door, then we get locked out. So
Oh, yeah.
just be careful with it too.
Yeah. Well, we're getting down to our time limit. So what I'd like for each of you to do is say something that you want to give some little advice. You guys all did a great job today on the panel answering these questions, but what is the thing that you want to tell them about coming here to Misericordia?
Go, Carrie, go.
Okay. This is kind of a general statement, but like even for me, I'm a pretty outgoing person, but even coming on campus, I was so nervous. I was like, my group of friends at home. So it's okay if you're nervous, because realize that everyone's in the same boat. Everyone in your grade is going to be in the same boat. So even if you're a shyer person, just everyone on campus has a smile. Everyone, whenever you pass someone, everyone always says hi. So just keep an open mind and have fun. This is like the best time. I know you've probably heard this, but this is the best time of your life. So make the most of it, even with these hard times. Like, we're gonna figure it out, and we're also here for you too. Like, that's our job. So, yeah, just enjoy.
Thanks, Carol. Donnie?
I'm gonna say I have the hiccups, so if I do stop talking, that's fine. I've been trying to get rid of them for a couple. I've been trying to get rid of them, but it hasn't been working. So
Hey, well, I'll jump over here to someone else. You take a drink of water upside down this way. Can you see me?
Let's see it, Donnie.
Yeah. Okay. If you drink on the opposite lip of your water bottle, they'll go away. Let me jump over here. We'll come back to you, Donnie. Nate, go ahead.
I would just have to say, be outgoing. Go to different events that you usually wouldn't go to. Like, if you haven't seen the soccer team play, go to a soccer game, go to a lacrosse game. Even if you've never in the past, you might meet your best friend there. You might love someone on that team. You might be best friends with them. You never know. So be outgoing. Go to things that you usually wouldn't do.
Thanks, Nate. Haley.
I would say get involved. Like, do things, don't be afraid, like, oh, like, that's not cool, whatever, because Misericordia, like, everyone does a lot, and a lot of people do get involved with everything, and that's how you do meet a lot of people. And like I said, when I first started, like, leave your door open, meet people. Yeah, college, like Karen said, it's the best time of your life, so just make it worth it and just be yourself.
Tor.
Definitely with that, like, being outgoing, getting involved, like, coming to college is like, nobody knows you, so you can make whatever you want of yourself to be. I mean, I'm sure you might be coming to school with a couple of your friends, but like, for the most part, these kids don't know where you came from, what your interests were to begin with. If there's an interest that you've always wanted to do but have been not confident enough to try it, go for it. It's not like anybody's going to be judging you for doing what you want to do. I think your biggest regret would be to not get involved on campus.
All right, thanks. Donnie, did it happen?
Unfortunately, I did not get rid of my hiccups, but it's all right. The biggest thing is just go out there and be yourself, because you are who you are, and this is the best place, especially because it's such a small campus. You'll make so many friends, and you'll be able to walk on campus and know who everybody is. You will not be able to go into a room without knowing at least one person. That's the best thing. Like, for me, going into classes, no matter what teacher I have, whether I know one of my best friends are in the class or not, but I'll go into a classroom and I'll know at least one person.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a small campus that it's awesome, because you'll know who everybody is, and it's a great feeling being able to just walk across campus and just being able to, as you walk across campus, just saying hi to people, and people will say hi to you, and you'll just know everybody. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Thanks, Donnie. Thanks
That
for,
was beautiful.
yeah, getting through all that. So I just want to say thank you to all 5 of you. It's been, was there 5 of you? No, I'm looking, yeah, 5. Whatever. I just say thank you because you guys did a great job. I'll see you, some of you I'll see sooner. Some of the others I'll see you in August. But to all the new students out there, we can't wait for you to get here. We are here for you no matter what. If any of you have questions that maybe you didn't get to ask, or you were just thinking about it afterwards, feel free to give us a call. The orientation coordinators are always available. You can call us at 674-6407 in the area code 570, or email us at orientation@misericordia.edu. Make sure you check your emails on a regular basis. Make sure you're doing your modules, and make sure that you register your devices. And if you haven't done your IDs, make sure you do those as well. So to all you guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And to all the new students, thanks for coming out. And we'll see you in August. Remember, MU Cougar Strong.
Can't wait to see you, man.
All right. See y'all.
Bye.
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 Bye.